2027 signals. Baba Ahmed steps forward. Senator Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed, former vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 elections, has formally declared his intention to contest Nigeria's presidency in 2027. Baba Ahmed made the announcement at a rally held at the Labour Party's National Secretariat in Abuja, positioning himself early amid visible fractures and realignments within Nigeria's opposition bloc. His declaration comes barely a week after Peter Obi, his former running mate, exited the Labour Party for the African Democratic Congress, an exit that has intensified questions about the future direction of the party. Addressing supporters, Baba Ahmed dismissed suggestions that his ambition was triggered by Obi's departure, insisting that his presidential aspiration predates the 2023 election cycle. He recalled earlier attempts to secure a party ticket, including his participation in the PDP primaries in 2018, before aligning with Obi in what he described as a unifying national project. He also addressed concerns around religion and ethnicity, stating that Nigeria's constitution guarantees every qualified citizen the right to contest, regardless of background. While reaffirming his ambition, Baba Ahmed stressed that he would wait for INEC and party guidelines before formally entering the race. Labour Party National Chairman Julius Abure welcomed the move, describing it as proof that the party remains intact despite recent defections, and confirmed that key figures, including Oyo State Governor Alex Otti, remain within the party. What this means for Nigerians. This early declaration signals the start of a long and potentially volatile 2027 election cycle. For citizens, it means prolonged political engagement, shifting alliances, and heightened scrutiny of opposition credibility. How these internal battles are resolved will shape voter confidence, policy focus, and the ability of opposition parties to present a viable alternative that addresses economic hardship, governance failures, and everyday survival concerns. And staying with opposition politics, ADC moves to rebuild grassroots. The African Democratic Congress has inaugurated a 20-member membership revalidation, mobilization, and registration committee as part of preparations for the 2027 general elections. The committee was inaugurated in Abuja by ADC National Chairman, former Senate President David Mark, with activist Aisha Yasufu named Deputy Chair, alongside Kashim Imam as Chairman and Sakante Davies as Secretary. Mark said the exercise is designed to harmonize membership records, eliminate inconsistencies, and establish a credible national register, with a 30-day interim report expected. He emphasized that a strong membership base is central to party legitimacy, electoral strength, and internal democracy, especially as the ADC positions itself as the coalition platform for opposition forces challenging President Bola Tinubu in 2027. The committee's mandate includes nationwide registration, grassroots mobilization, development of an electronic membership platform, and closer coordination with state and local party structures. Speaking on behalf of the committee, Kashim Imam described the ADC as a grassroots movement aimed at restoring political ownership to ordinary Nigerians, promising aggressive mobilization across rural and urban communities. What this means for Nigerians, for citizens frustrated by elite-driven politics, this exercise could determine whether the ADC becomes a genuinely people-powered platform or just another political vehicle. A credible membership process affects who gets a voice, who emerges as candidates, and whether everyday Nigerians, traders, workers, youths, can influence decisions that shape taxes, jobs, security, and governance. From politics to the courts. Malami. Granted 500 million naira bail each, a federal high court in Abuja has granted former Attorney General of the Federation, Abdulaziz Malami, his wife, and son bail of 500 million naira each over alleged money laundering charges. Justice Emeka Nwite ruled that each defendant must provide 2 sureties in like sum, with the sureties owning verified property in high-value Abuja districts, including Maitama, Asokoro, or Gwarinpa. The court also ordered the submission of all travel documents and restricted Malami from leaving the country without court approval. Until the bail conditions are perfected, Malami is to remain in custody at the Kuje Correctional Center. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission is prosecuting the trio on a 16-count charge involving alleged transactions amounting to about 9 billion naira. The trial is scheduled to begin on February 17th. What this means for Nigerians. This case tests the credibility of Nigeria's anti-corruption drive. For citizens facing rising living costs and shrinking incomes, the outcome will influence public trust in the justice system, whether powerful individuals are truly held accountable or whether corruption remains a low-risk, high-reward enterprise that ultimately drains public resources meant for healthcare, education, and infrastructure. Turning now to diplomacy and daily finances. U.S. visa bond, taxes clarified. The United States has introduced a $15,000 refundable visa bond for Nigerians and nationals of selected countries applying for B1/B2 visitor visas. The policy aimed at curbing visa overstays will apply to applicants assessed as high risk during visa interviews and is expected to take effect later this month. Meanwhile, the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria has moved to dispel public fears over taxation of bank balances, clarifying that Nigerians are not taxed on money held in their accounts. According to the institute, only electronic transfers attract the 50 naira stamp duty, not savings or account balances. What this means for Nigerians. For travelers, the U.S. visa bond raises the financial barrier to international mobility, affecting business trips, education, and family visits. At home, clarity on bank charges offers reassurance to individuals and businesses navigating a fragile economy. Together, these developments shape how Nigerians move, save, spend, and plan in an increasingly cost-sensitive environment. And finally, security concerns. Gunmen strike Oyo National Park office. Suspected bandits have attacked the National Park Service office in Oloka, Oriire local government area of Oyo State, killing 5 personnel. The attack occurred late Tuesday night, according to police sources, prompting the deployment of senior security officials to the area. State police authorities confirmed the incident and said investigations are ongoing to identify the attackers and assess the security breach. The incident adds to growing concerns over the spread of violent attacks beyond traditional flashpoints into the Southwest. What this means for Nigerians. This attack reinforces fears about expanding insecurity and its economic consequences. For citizens, it threatens livelihoods, tourism, farming, and investment confidence. Persistent violence raises transportation costs, disrupts local economies, and deepens anxiety about safety, making security not just a policy issue, but a daily survival concern for families and businesses alike. For more in-depth reporting, breaking updates, and analysis that puts today's headlines into clear perspective, subscribe to UBN, and click the notification button so you never miss a story that affects your life, your business, and the country.